Labour threatening again.
Yes.
And even the palliatives, it was supposed to be 5 billion. Now it's 2 billion. And they're here to explain that. The state government said they got 2 billion out of the 5 billion. And the palliative still doesn't seem to make some sense. In Federal Capital Territory, the minister said he was going to use it for transportation because it's not something they will buy cups of rice and begin to distribute to families.
Yes.
And all that. Now, Labour is still not satisfied with federal government handling of the subsidy.
Yes. You see, Labour need not, begin to remind us. We already know how bad. We already know how bad the situation is. The problem we have on our hands now is that, yes, we know how bad the situation is, but how worse it will become if we do nothing about it. That is why labor intervention, or any other intervention, civil intervention, is very important. Things are so bad. Nigerians need maybe an Englishman to come and tell them. The deaf, could even hear. The blind could see that Nigerians are in suffering, mantra, as the case may be. The economy is in doldrums, and the nation is being, administered in a rudderless, manner until we bring it to course. That we understand. But who will bear the cat? Who is going to help us? Let me give a little background, of how situations like this have come. Martin Luther King in the U.S. or America, as we call it, when this rights violation was so palpable, the black-colored man could not move around. The black-colored man, was transfixed and in hopelessness. He was disillusioned. Every day he goes out, he's so scared of his life. Somebody had to, bear the cat. Luther King came out, fought, for rights to be restored to, the blacks in America, and although he lost his life. If you go to Poland, there was a time the Polish, a country, an economy was in doldrums like this. You find that the labor organization of that particular country, through a guy they call Lech Walesa, who later became the prime minister of Poland, led the labor group in that particular, country to restore, economic, peace and good regime for the country. And that is what they are building on today. In South Africa, a lot of people never knew what TUC was before. South Africa, you had labor under the TUC, Trade Union Congress in South Africa. They started from there. Activism, they fought apartheid to a standstill. And today, we found out that they participate in killing apartheid, and the blacks there are enjoying a semblance of right, restoration today. So the labor movement, in any country or in any economy at all, ought to be a pivotal force. In France, for instance, the labor movement in France is very, very, active. It's not passive. It's not political. It's not docile. It's not a kind of a labor that you look at it that they are so ambivalent. They make things, people lose faith in them. The Nigerian Labour Congress, for me, I have lost faith in them. Why am I saying this? They said the last time they went on protest, now it's on strike. Do you know that there's a difference between protest and strike? A protest is when they went. The last protest they went for, what was the meaning? What was the outcome? Did government listen to, your protestations? It is as the case may be, even though you send memos, to the high and mighty, federal and state, local etc. You did a jamboree, that's what I called it. Now you want to go on strike. The strike you want to go on now is that, do you know that strike is different from protest? Why is strike different from protest? Is that a protest is you don't down tools, but in a strike you down tools. So are you saying that in the next 2 days, starting from the 5th of September, you are going to make Nigerians pass through this agony again? Because if you are on strike, it means that the banks, etc., will not work. The workers are on strike. They may down tools, and that will create another problem for the next 2 days. At the end of the day, we are ready to bear it. But what now comes out of it? Are we going to bear those 2 days of your warning strike? Then we now come back to the same platter that we have been. Then you now go and negotiate with the government at the end of the day. Maybe when things happen, you now come to say, okay, we have negotiated with government and we have given them another 6 months to tinker with the company as it has been before. The question I'm asking Labour, this particular warning strike is unnecessary. Why I'm saying this is because of the fact that, one, when the subsidy was removed, what happened was this. Nigeria Labour Congress told us that immediately they are going on strike, and we supported them. People were ready to, pull out everything they had to support them. Just about a day or 2 days to that particular day, they pulled out and told us that that particular strike they were to call for has been suspended. The reason is that they said that the government has called them to negotiate, and they are now giving government 8 weeks for them to reach, a resolution. The resolution they reached was on palliatives, to distribute palliatives, an insulting word to Nigerians. You are talking about palliatives, whereas the Constitution of Nigeria says welfare. There's a difference between palliative and welfare. The Constitution says welfare of Nigerians, but you are now doing our palliatives as if we are in a war zone. With due respect, I don't even think that Sudan, Somalia, countries, war-torn countries, do offer their citizens what they call palliatives. Palliative is a demeaning and derogatory word. A word used for those who are homeless, who are hopeless, who are disillusioned and lugubrious. These are the things that you award to them to assuage their feeling temporarily. So when you begin to say that you are doing that to Nigerians, it's an insult. And Labour went to negotiate such kangaroo negotiation that, you are going to give palliatives, and you accepted it. Now, can the NSC, chairman, come out and tell me and Nigerians what is the essence of this warning strike? What is the guarantee that if we all say, okay, let's join Labour in 2 days or 3 days' time, that Labour will not go and hold a clandestine, surreptitious, meeting with the federal government, and they come out 24 hours or 48 hours thereafter to say we have called off the strike, and government has said they are going to listen to us, then we now go back to square one. This is my own problem with the Labour issuing strike notices. See, strike is not, I don't believe in whatever. The government is going to tell you that you already know that there's a court ruling that says that if you go on strike, there will be no pay. So what are you going to achieve? You just go on strike? I remember in France, not quite long, that was, I think, the latter part of last year, a group of the tanker drivers were on strike for about 3 months, 3 weeks. The government called them and said, no, we have 10 demands on our agenda. If you don't fulfill the 10, we are not going back. The nation was shut down for 3 weeks. That was one of the longest strikes we have ever seen in world history. It was shut down for 3 weeks. The government had no other excuse or whatever than to go and fulfill, that particular 10 demands that was given to the tanker drivers as guests. They achieved something, so they cannot go on strike in the next 5-10 years. But Labour go on strike, I call it a verbal or a strike diarrhea, as the case may be. It makes no sense again, as the case may be. Labour, I speak to you as a Nigerian. I am not interested in this, whatever. You have now become a prodigal son, a wayward Congress, as the case may be. With due respect to you, we will not take you with a pinch of salt or whatever you say again. This is the worst the Labour set I've seen. Oshomale's era, we knew what happened. Kokori era, we knew what happened. Makeri Modu, we knew what happened. Margaret Ekpo and the rest of them. They stood their grounds. Bafia, Pascal Bafia and the rest of them. We knew what happened. They were able to achieve, some. But this Labour is a rudderless Labour Congress, to be very honest with you Nigerians. They can't fight for us. They cannot fight for us. And you cannot provide a platform and platter for us to look at the government face to face, because you have compromised the opposition. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
That's my take.